All right, well, this is to conclude the Puma Bowie here. So this is how it will come to you. Nice package like this here. All right, this here is it's leather. It's a leg tie down. This goes right to the bottom here of the sheath. So you can tie it down to your leg. I obviously do not use it. It comes, the invoice here that it comes with, it lists different stats on the knife. Normally I do not mention them. I'm not really into it to such a degree, but because I have them right here in front of me, I will tell you them. I will tell you them in inches and in millimeters. So the blade length is 6.1 inches. Or 155 millimeters. The thickness is 0.16 inches or 4 millimeters. The total length is 11 inches or 280 millimeters. The weight is 7 ounces or 200 grams. It is 440 steel, rock weld between 57 and 60. And so, well, let's talk about the knife. Well, here, hold on here first. You'll get this here with it, too. This is just some literature on sharpening, and it will tell you the date of production for the knife. Mine, as you can see here, was 2013. All right, so here's the knife. And I first to mention this leather sheath. As I said, is very, very well made. And I have used this knife. I've taken this knife with me on many outings, and it has worn very, very well. Very strong closure. This knife will not retain in the sheath unless this strap is closed. Now, it does have this here, and I'll try to do this on camera. This is another little leather strap. And this here is just meant to feed through. I guess if you were perhaps doing something that, you know, maybe a canoe trip, something like that, you can run that strap through the lanyard. And if the strap did come undone, this would at least keep it in the sheath. I leave that on there just in case I want that feature. All right, and it tucks nicely right behind the sheath there. You can see, I mean, look at the sheath here. I mean, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rivets. You could say 6. I mean, no joke. Wow. Quite a sheath there. And man, the whole package just reeks of leather, especially when you get it. I had said that they all come individually Rockwell tested, and you can see that little dimple right there. This lanyard tube, very, very generous. And so are for your tie-outs on your leg, on the sheath, and this here. So if you did want to use different cordage to tie your knife down, it wouldn't be an issue. You do have enough room to add something a little bit bigger. And the other side here says, you probably can't see it, but just says handmade and the year of manufacture. And 116396. 116396 is the model number. All right, of this knife. So, like I had said, man, the knife is a great heavy hunting knife, and I have read numerous stories of people grabbing this knife in their 30-30 lever action and going out and getting tons of black bear and puma, mountain lion, you know, things like that. But I've actually read a lot of stories of people using this knife for black bear. As I stated, you know, from what I'm gathering, the fit and finish on this knife is not like the old knives, the previously made knives of decades ago by Puma. The fit and finish is still okay. As I stated earlier, you can see I have one scale that's larger than the other. Luckily, the larger scale points to my palm, being right-hand dominant, so it is a little more hand-feeling for me. But the handle is a little on the thin side. But that's not an issue, because a knife of this size, I'll tell you, this thing is very, very nicely balanced. I feel very in control of the tip the entire time. And because of that thinner handle, it does seem to index very, very well. So we'll give it maybe a little bit of a comparison here. Here's the Buck 119. So you can see, I mean, they're in the same class. All right, they're the same class of knives here. Heavy hunting knives, heavy outdoors knives. And we can see the Buck knife here being right there. It is a little bit thicker, but I gotta say that in terms of the thickness of the tip, I gotta say Puma, this knife right here, takes the cake on that one. The Puma knife is thicker out to the tip. Nice, nice California style clip point blade. This knife will hold up. This knife will do any of these bushcraft tasks that we're talking about. As I said, if I need to do such fine carving, I'll pull out my belt knife. And if it gets any more specialized than that, then I'll bring the specialized tool. Whether it be an actual carving knife, a gouge, a spoon knife, whatever it happens to be. Knives like this just don't seem to be the fad right now. And we'll put fad in quotation marks there, because they were at one time, and they still are with many people. This knife is still being sold, so I'm not the only one buying one in the last 5 or 6 years. So people are out there and they're using them. But obviously to the bushcraft purists, they wouldn't be caught dead with this. But I'm here to tell you, just as there are many out there who have in the past and who are still, this knife will do it. All right, tent pegs, feather sticks, food prep, quartering large game, it'll do it. The heat treatment on this 440 too is actually really nice. The edge is I mean, it's thin, obviously. It's a hollow ground knife, but I've batoned it through hard wood. I've gone through knots. I've peeled hardwood branches. I mean, you name it. I've worked in hardwood with this knife. I've drilled into hardwood with this point, and I have no issues. I have not rolled an edge. It has not chipped. So that's obviously a good thing. Puma's got this heat treatment down for this knife right here. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Take care.